It's so crazy how much we cut off and didn't cut off, because that's like 4 inches.
Right. I'm like, well, that's not a whole lot. I think most people would be like,
back above your knees.
4 inches.
You put effort in the hair. She makes it sound like she puts no effort in the hair, which is a false claim.
Hey guys, I'm Katie. I'm adding up Addingtons, and we are back today with our friend Taylor, who you have seen before. I will say again, let's maybe not like cut off your head there. And I will say, Taylor and I are both fully vaccinated right now, which is why we are sitting here together, maskless.
We're both
We introduced our buddy Taylor in another video, and basically everybody should be more like Taylor, because Taylor's the bestest. So you saw him cut all the kids' hair last time, and so we are here today to talk about something that, if you haven't been around for very long, you may not know about me, which is my hair. Because you probably either see me like this, or you can see that I have a braid, but this is something people notice about me in real life, in person, right? Mm-hmm. And I get asked about it all the time, but you can't necessarily tell online. So it's pretty long. It hits like the top of my calves right now.
It's the length of, I would have to guess, like LeBron James or Michael Jordan's wingspan. something in that area. A professional basketball player would be lucky to have that as an arm.
That's I haven't heard it put that way before. It's pretty good. Anyway, so it is very thick.
Yep.
And poor Taylor has to.
I don't know about poor, but
that's with it. I remember like the first time you ever like felt my hair.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there. You're not a colorer. You keep color out of your hair.
I don't color my hair at all. In fact, I'm going quite gray, and I have no intention of doing anything about it. I'm just gonna go gray.
Earlier, the last time we cut your hair, you didn't have your youngest child.
Who is about to turn 2.
Yeah, she was not born yet last time we cut your hair. So we cut Katie's hair. I'm going to be generous with the length of time measurement. It's between a year and 3 years, which averaged out is 2 years. In case math is something that you don't want to do right now, I don't blame you. I'll do it for you.
Now, again, Taylor is a professional barber. He's a licensed cosmetologist.
It's a true story.
You do not recommend most people do this.
No, so
you let me get away with an awful lot.
Most people, you want to at least get a trim on your hair every 2 to 4 months. 6 months is like pushing it, but doable. Like if you are growing out your hair or whatever, I usually recommend somewhere between 2 and 4 months. And if you're growing it out and past the 2-4 month mark, it looks okay on your ends and stuff like that, then push it to 6 or whatever. Katie's hair stays healthy pretty much no matter what. I should
say, I do not use any heat styling or blow drying ever, and I wash it usually once a week. Like in the summer, sometimes it's twice, just because I'm getting sweaty, and in the winter I can go up to 2 weeks between washes. So, and I really only shampoo like my scalp, and then like heavily condition the bottom part of it. So, like I do kind of accommodate it, but I don't take any special supplements.
You're not taking biotin or keratin.
No,
anything like
I don't.
That.
I mean, I use super cheap shampoo too. I use like the Suave Professionals line from Target.
If it works, it works. That's basically what I say. Like, so if you're using a particular type of shampoo or a type of conditioner, and your hair is doing the things that you want it to do, or it's doing things that you would consider normal, it's working. So there's no reason to cut it more than we do cut it. But some people, it's different. Some people get split ends much sooner. Some people have different, nutrient deficiencies, or even just natural things that your hair does. You gotta chop those ends more, or just maintaining the look you have.
Right. Well, and so people, one of the questions I get is, like, how long does it take you to grow your hair this long? Or, like, have you ever cut your hair? And, I mean, the truth is, I've cut multiple feet off of my hair many times in my life. So my hair grows particularly fast.
Yeah, your hair at its shortest, I think I've seen, was neck.
Yeah, so I've had it, like, chin length a couple of times. And really... I had it about shoulder blades.
Okay.
Well, I was pregnant with Kavannah, who just turned 6, and I've had multiple trims in the like 2 to 8 inch range since then. So no, I have not been growing my hair my whole life. Yes, I've had it cut much shorter. It grows particularly quickly. And yeah, I mean, it's genetic.
Yep.
My parents both have very thick, fast-growing hair. And so unfortunately, I don't have any like super secrets to like growing extra long hair. I just have
hair like that is usually there's not a whole lot of secret to it. It's usually familial related or even just your own personal genetics, like I said, like nutrients, whatever's going on in here, that's what's giving you that length. It's what's giving you the longevity of health, because Katie doesn't suffer from like severely terrible like split ends or anything like that. Like
I don't have a lot of breakage.
Yeah, because like breakage and split ends are stuff that's just literally where the end is coming apart, and so your hair is being split, and it'll split all the way. You know, it can split all the way down to the scalp or whatever, and that's kills the hair shaft, that particular strand of hair. But like if you're like Katie and you don't suffer with that, then your hair is going to continue for the most part to grow healthily.
I also have not had postpartum hair loss, which is very common to have. Mm-hmm. Most women lose big patches of hair. I remember even my mom talking about that. And I just really didn't. So that is definitely kind of another genetic fluke per se, that I just have, that has not been an issue for me. So through multiple pregnancies and postpartum periods, I have not lost my hair.
See, it's even long enough to where you caught something.
Did I? Well,
yeah, you caught
here we go.
You caught a little fuzz.
Caught a fuzz.
Right,
I do have to I do have to move it out of the way, like to sit down.
Sure. Yeah.
Use the bathroom.
Your hair is taller than your children.
Yes. I have, if I'm like down on my knees looking for something, I have stepped on my hair trying to get up.
Sure, yeah.
I have to hold it all the way. Car doors, seat belts, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So,
if you got a strong wind and there's a revolving door, that could wind up being some sort of comedic nightmare.
Right. I will say I do keep it braided. Like I have it loose today because Taylor is going to give it the like biannual trim.
Whatever we decide to do, trim. Whatever kind of
whatever that is. And here's the thing: I do not have a ton of emotional attachment to my hair. Now my husband and my children have a lot of emotional attachment to my hair, and I just don't care that much.
I believe the story that you even told me is you had to coax a quote unquote hair preference out of him.
Yeah,
like
he didn't want to tell me.
Hey man,
yeah, he didn't.
Got any feelings on this?
He didn't want to tell me his opinion on my hair because he didn't want me to think that he was dictating the way I wore my hair. So I had to kind of like really push him. And when I pushed, he finally said, I really like it long. And I said, okay, I don't care. Sure, yeah. I don't care. It can be long. We can do long. That's cool. I did not like set out to grow it, like past my knees.
Sure.
It wasn't like a goal that I set. It's just I tell people my hair is a living, breathing, opinionated creature.
Its will is stronger.
Yes. So it is a strong-willed creature. It just happens to live on my head, and I pretty much just leave it alone. So we have sort of a live and let live kind of relationship, me and my hair.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's why it's that long, because I just don't care that much, but my kids love it.
That's true.
And My husband likes it long. I mean, it doesn't have to be past my knees long.
No,
like
no.
it gets much shorter than my elbows, and it starts to weird him out a little bit.
Yeah. So the other thing is, I trim your bangs regularly.
Yes, and my bangs have to be trimmed every couple months, or they are like way in my face. Again, because it grows so fast.
Yeah. And I would also say, even when it's not COVID and complex times and stuff like that, it was probably best to trim them once a month.
Yeah,
it's probably the best.
They do usually.
They're really long. They grow.
That. They grow super fast. So for me, like, I actually don't tell Taylor what to do. I tell him, like, hey, you get in there and see what's going on, and you tell me what it needs to be healthy, and then we'll do that.
Yeah, like between I mean, like, if I cut a foot off of your hair, you wouldn't think much about it.
No. Anyway, so if anybody has other questions about like hair care or any of those things, or I mean, even my hair.
Yeah, like
Taylor's the only one who's cut it for the last 10 years. So like,
Katie probably knows. If you have any questions, I'm sure Katie can answer most of them. But if there happens to be something that I need to answer, Katie will ask me, and I'll answer.
Taylor is not a one-time guest.
No, I'm not a one-time guest. Well,
he's also part of the family. Like, he'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be here. I've had an Addington birthday.
That's true.
I've had an Addington birthday party.
Yeah.
So
make sure you leave any questions in the comments down below. You can find Taylor at stayluckyknox.com, KNOX, stayluckyknox.com, or on his Instagram at stayluckyhaircuts and beard trims. I will make sure to have all of that down below. If you're local, definitely go check him out. He's also great with kids.
Yeah, I love
clearly
cutting kids' hair is one of my jams. I like kids. I would say I do well with kids. I think people with kids would say I do well with kids.
I know for a fact that people with kids say he does well with kids, because I am not the only one of my friends who takes their kids to see Taylor.
I am a COVID conscious person. Like, I wear masks in my shop and stuff like that. I don't. John and Katie and the kids are like the first people, like I said, that I've been around since sometime last year, and only because we've been vaccinated.
Only because we're all vaccinated.
I'm still very conscious about wearing a mask and stuff like that. So if that's at all your worry, I clean my tools, I clean my chair, my capes, all that stuff in between clients and stuff like that. Wash my hands regularly. So have no fear there.
Yeah, even John, who is also very, very COVID conscious, has been to the shop.
Yes, John has come to the shop.
So, we know. So make sure you give Taylor a thumbs up and check him out. And let me know if you have any other questions for either me and my living, breathing, opinionated creature here, or Taylor about hair care in general. And maybe we'll make this a regular segment. We'll just be hair talk with Taylor.
Fun fact, right? I believe that your hair was a body double for one of the snakes in the 90s movie Anaconda, right?
News to me, but yeah.
Hello, small child. Look, I found one.
Look. There's another kid.
So hard to find. Look, another one.
They're everywhere. You're next.
It's like the video game Pokemon, but easy.
Gotta catch them all.